Good afternoon. So I'm Olivier Chatain, and as you can see, I was cut short by the rebranding of Mobiliz, so I forgot the E. I corrected that in the subsequent slides, but I forgot it there, so I was glad you had the explanation. They're so successful that they have to transform themselves into something even bigger. So this project is about the Mobiliz initiatives, as we were presented this morning by François, and as Jacques is also very well aware of. Just to summarize François' intervention this morning, okay, this is starting to take off. Okay, so it's good news, it's great. Okay? But at the same time, you know what, now it is taking off, maybe we have a great opportunity to really assess the impact on the beneficiaries. So it's clear that from Renault's viewpoint, it's a business, as François said. That there are benefits in terms of innovation among the employees, but it would be nice to check what is actually the impact of the beneficiaries, because this is a program that's taking up a lot of resources, and we have to think about what the outcome is. So the research question is really, how does benefiting from the various Mobiliz initiatives is actually affecting the life of the beneficiaries, and along the following dimensions. So originally, it's really a matter of employability and career prospects, because we are looking to help and propose mobility solutions to working pools. But we can actually measure the change in well-beings. Are they going to be happier in life? Because now that they have a more reliable means of transportation, they can see their relatives. They are sure they can actually get to work instead of relying on either unreliable public transportation or maybe an unreliable car. And these are things we can measure following up the Stiglitz, Sen, and Fitoussi report of 2009 and the following work. And there are other facets of well-being which we can measure, like social ties, ability to undertake personal projects such as maybe entrepreneurship or even, renovating your house, for instance. So these are things that are going to be part of the things we want to evaluate. So why is it important to evaluate? Because I think we kind of take for granted that it's good for the beneficiaries, but we want to know more than that. It's important to understand the relative contribution of the different programs, because there are different programs. There's leasing, we have the car maintenance, and maybe if one turns out to be much more powerful than the other, maybe we want to divert resources there. So that's something that would be nice to know more about. As we want to take stock of the program and deploy it abroad in each Renault regions, it would be nice to know exactly what's working best. Even though adaptation will need to happen, we actually need to know first what's going on here. We can assess costs and benefits of the initiative. And let's be clear, if you can really measure that, saying that people who are leasing a car thanks to Mobiliz, maybe their well-being as measured according to rigorous measures is as if they had an increase in revenues of, 10,000 euros a year. If it is the case, this is something that can be really clearly communicated. So we can really demonstrate the value of the program. However, so it was great to have Caroline presenting her work earlier, because she basically did all the work in terms of, it's very hard to compare, to understand what is the causal effect. So the challenge, and this is what we've been spending a lot of time on in terms of design, is to compare what's happening to the actual beneficiaries to non-beneficiaries who are apparently the same as the beneficiaries. It's exactly the same thing that Caroline was presenting you between. Look, here is a shareholder initiative that got 51%, and there's another one that got 49%. They are the same except for that 2% difference, and that should be enough. So the current status is so we have a first version of the questionnaire with all the measures. Now where we're spending a lot of time on is to have these consultations with the current partners to make sure that we can deploy that questionnaire in the right place, so that the research program can be best deployed and delivered. And that gives you some overview of how complex what these guys are doing. So it's a very complicated program. That's actually, but at the same time, that's a challenge in terms of research between understanding those who are not treated, who will be just above that threshold for monthly revenue. And these are all the options we can be. So we have these 4 populations that we need to sample and then compare in a sophisticated way. So again, research question, how is the impact felt by the beneficiaries? Can we measure that along multiple dimensions?